Coach punished us for that last game, man. We were sloppy. We weren't getting along in the huddle. We almost lost our championship aspirations just because of that game. Just because we couldn't get along. But this whole week he's been punishing us. Gassers, 100-yard sprints, stadiums, bear crawls. But I think he got us locked back in, and we're ready to go this week. We are lined up for the kickoff, and the kick is away for this ACC conference game between Clemson and Syracuse. Travis is back to receive for the kickoff. He takes it to the left side. He has a lot of space, and he could go all the way. And he's at the 30, and he's going to get chased down and brought down at the 20 after a 73-yard return. What a wonderful return from Clemson. After that 73-yard return by Travis, a beautiful start, Clemson's lined up at 1st and 10. He's going to get a handoff to the left, Travis is, and he's got a lot of green space. He's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Clemson with a very quick start this week. Last week was very sloppy, very slow start, but it looks like that Dawa has them right back on track, and they score right out the gates. After a turnover on downs from Syracuse, Clemson lines up for a 1st and 10. Handoff to Travis. Travis tries to cut it back to the left side. He's got a little space, and he's going to get tripped up just before he can get started with a 9-yard gain. Clemson is lined up in a 2nd and 1 here after that 9-yard gain from Travis Simp. It looks like an option play that's going to go for a 3-yard loss. Travis was subbed out for a play, and Clemson did convert on the 3rd and 4, so now we are in a 1st and 10 again. Looks like another option play, and the quarterback pulls the option, and he's going to get a good gain of 8 yards. Clemson is now lined up in a 2nd and 2 here. 3 minutes left in the first, and we're going to get a false start on Clemson. After that false start penalty by Clemson, we are now in a 2nd and 7 for Clemson here, and it's a delayed handoff to Travis, who's going to get the first down, and looked like could have been a face mask on that 8-yard run, but the flag is not thrown. After that conversion by Clemson on a 2nd down, I believe it is 1st and 10 for Clemson, and there's going to be another handoff to the middle, and Travis is going to get a solid 6. Clemson's lining up here for a 2nd and 4, moving the ball very slowly right now, and it's another handoff to Travis, and he's going to get stopped for a 2-yard gain. Clemson is lining up for a 3rd and 2 here, and it's going to be an option play that is going to get stopped again. The options have not been working today. After a turnover on downs by Syracuse, Clemson's going to open this drive up on the 35-yard line, their 35, and it's going to be a counter play. Travis has got a lot of space in front of him. He's going to get about 12 yards on this rush. Clemson is showing a tendency to run the ball more than they pass this season. They might have to work on the balance of their offense going forward. We are lined up for another 1st down after that 12-yard run by Travis. It looks like we're in a different formation right now. Wildcat, Travis pulls the ball, but he is going to get tripped up before he can get going. Only a gain of 2. Clemson seems to have thrown in a couple of wrinkles into their run game, but they still do need to have a balanced attack. And it looks like they're going to Travis again, and he's going to lose yards on this run. Syracuse is punting from their own end zone. In the last game, there was a mishap on the punt return by Travis. He misfumbled the ball. He did not receive it cleanly, but he receives it cleanly here, and he breaks a tackle, and he's got the outside to himself, and then he breaks another tackle. Can he stay upright? He does not, and he falls close to the 12. 5 minutes and some change left in the 2nd quarter for Clemson as they're lined up close to the red zone, and there's going to be a handoff, and he's going to lose 3 yards on this carry. Clemson's offense is looking very one-dimensional this game. I don't understand why we haven't gotten any pass plays. We get a pass play here, but it is broken up, and there's a flag on the play. It is roughing the passer on the defense. Clemson is lined up in the red zone after that roughing the passer penalty on the last play, and it's going to be another handoff to Travis. Travis is going to break it to the outside. He's going to get a 5-yard gain on this play. Travis was subbed out after that 5-yard run on the last drive, but they did end up scoring, and we line up in the 1st and 10. This is a pass play, the first of I've seen this game, and we're going to get a 9-yard gain from it. As you can see, Nolan Turner is only 3 of 4 passing, and it looks like we're in the Wildcat again. They throwing a little wrinkle in again, and Travis has some more space, and he cannot get there, but it's a face mask, it looks like, on this play, and it is, and that will be accepted by the offense. We are seeing another wrinkle in the playbook as Travis lines up left side wide, coming across the formation, and the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's going to break a tackle, and it looks like he's going to get to the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Clemson, 20-0. We line up for another punt. 1:30 left in the second quarter. Clemson is leading 21-0 here. Travis is back to receive this punt. As we stated earlier, he has had trouble with handling the punts, and he loses this one as well and gives Syracuse good field position. Syracuse ends up capitalizing on that mishap from the special teams by Travis, and they score. So now it is 21-7. We back up for a pass, and then Nolan Turner throws a pick, and it looks like Syracuse might be falling apart here at the end of this half. Syracuse capitalized on 2 huge mistakes from Clemson, and now at the beginning of the third quarter, it is 21-14. Clemson is lined up for this 1st and 10 on their opening drive, and they are going to get a 3-yard gain from this handoff. Syracuse might not be benefiting from this one-sided attack, but we are lined up in a 2nd and 7, and we have a counterplay that's got Travis a lot of space to the outside, and he is going to get his biggest gain of the day, a 25-yard run. He is now 13 of 83, 6.4 average, and 1 TD on the day. It looks like it might be working, but we don't know yet. So after that 25-yard run, we line up for a 1st and 10 here again with Clemson. And like I was saying earlier, it's one-sided rushing attack is all they have right now, but they are using it to great effect right now. An 8-yard gain from Travis on that play. Clemson has been ineffective on 3rd down, only 2 of 6, and we line up in a 3rd and 5 here as well as they drop back to pass. Nolan hasn't passed that many times today, and he does not complete this one either. Nolan has been very ineffective today in the passing game. I assume Dawa sees something we cannot, as he is lined up for this 4th and 5 here, and they drop back to pass, which they have not been effective on today, but they make this completion and get the 1st down. Malcolm Green, 14-yard reception. Clemson is lined up here for this 1st and goal. They have not been very efficient down here as they've only scored on a 33% clip, and they're going to hand off the counter to Travis, and he's going to get stopped 1 yard short of the goal line. We are lined up again here in the red zone, 2nd and goal for Clemson. As they line up here, Travis is going to get the handoff, and he is going to walk in pretty clean and give Clemson the 2-score lead in this game. Clemson seems to have a comfortable lead now after those scares at the end of the second quarter. They look to be trying to go and punch this one in as well. Travis is going to get the handoff to the right. He's got a little bit of space, and he's going to get a 7-yard gain from that play. At this point in the fourth quarter, with under 2 minutes left in the game, Clemson would need to make a huge error, or Syracuse would need a huge turnover to stay in this game. And Travis runs over 2 defenders at the 1st down marker and gains 5 extra yards on that run. Wow, that power that he displayed right there. He needs to use that more often on his runs. Clemson is going to walk out of here with a comfortable W. 35-20 is your final score. Travis is going to be your player of the game. Clemson started off very hot this game. A 73-yard kickoff return by Travis, and then a 20-yard handoff that got Clemson on the board very early. But late in the second quarter, Clemson started making mistakes and errors that caused Syracuse to stay in the game and keep it competitive. Those errors will have to be cleaned up next week when we play Boston College Eagles in an ACC matchup. I hope y'all have enjoyed this presentation of college football. I have been your host, TheWilOfDowns. I will be back when we take on Boston College in the ACC matchup next week. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm signing off.